Hi everyone, welcome to today's free training, 5 ways to increase your profits by 61%. Are you ready to finally stop working for your business and to get your business working for you and your family? Are you looking to kickstart growth in your business for 2019 or maybe take your growth to the next level? If you answer yes to any of those questions, then you're in the right place for today's training. My name is Phil Budd. I'm a business coach working with growing businesses across East Anglia. Now, every business owner that I meet, everyone, they all have challenges that they're facing. Today, we're going to focus on the things that are within your control that you can change to get the growth that you want. Now, normally, a lack of structure, no clear vision or goals for the business, not understanding key numbers in your business, and having no sales and marketing plan, all of these things can contribute to a lack of growth, but all are within your control to change. For so many business owners, it can feel like they have a job and not a business, and it feels like you're giving up on your dreams. Does that sound like your situation? Think back to when you first set the business up. Like many, you no doubt had the vision of being the boss who everyone wants to work for, the boss maybe you never had when you were employed. Perhaps you wanted the ability to spend more time with your family. That's why you set the business up and be 100% present with them. Maybe you wanted holidays that could be taken whenever you wanted. And perhaps you wanted the ability to pop into the office because you felt like it, because you owned the business, not because you had to be there. However, the reality is that it can feel far from that dream you had. It can feel like after a huge amount of effort, investment, and time, that all has been in vain and that the dreams you had are no longer real or possible. The realization that your dream is dead can be soul destroying. You can feel negative, bitter, and resentful, with no ambition or desire to dream again. Because based on your experience, dreams do not come true. Does that sound like your situation? Well, today's training focuses on 5 ways to increase your profits by 61%. And we'll get you to think about the changes you can make to achieve the type of growth that will allow you to experience the things that you want for your family. Let me give you an idea of the type of things that we're going to cover in today's training. So we're going to cover the importance of having a clear vision for your business, a sense of direction for where you're going. We're going to cover why knowing your numbers is so important, and we'll look at key numbers in your business that you need to understand. We're also going to cover something called marginal gains. This is huge in sports and the same applies in business. This is all about making small continual changes in 5 key areas to have a multiplying or compound effect on your profit. This is where the 61% increase in profit that I mentioned earlier comes into play. And please stick around to the end of the training, as at the end I'll provide details of a free gift that I'd like to give you. But before we get started, I feel it's really important for me to explain why you should listen to me in the first instance, because the reality is there's so much advice out there and there's a lot of people claiming to have that miracle pill, when in reality, as we have already said, business is competitive and tough, and we all have challenges when it comes to business growth. So let's start by telling you a little bit about me. A little bit about me personally is that I'm a family man. I'm based in Bury St Edmunds, and for me, my goal and focus is to support business owners grow across East Anglia. I'm a qualified action coach and I've worked in sales and marketing for 16 years, with my last role being at board level. When I reflect on my career, a consistent theme throughout my whole career has been developing people. And I've experience of building teams with little or no experience through to taking over existing established teams and driving change to generate growth. Seeing people succeed in business that allows them to fulfill their personal goals is the primary reason for me deciding to become a coach. And I firmly believe with the right attitude and focus, anyone can achieve their goals. The experience and skills that I've gained from my career, combined with the Action Coach systems and processes, ensures I approach coaching in a structured manner with a commercial focus, ensuring coaching delivers a clear return on investment for my clients. For me, when I look across what's happening in the UK at the moment, far too many businesses are failing. Too many families are being affected. Let's consider some recent statistics on this. In 2017, the number of UK business deaths increased from 24%, which was a rise from 288,000 to 357,000 between 2016 and 2017. This means over 250,000 families have been emotionally and financially affected. Far too many. From my perspective, businesses that aren't growing are dying. The system I'm going to help show you today has worked for thousands of businesses worldwide, helping these businesses prove to be successful and grow. So, where do we start? Well, the first step is perhaps in defining what a successful business actually looks like. Now, a question just to think about to kick things off is, can you wake up tomorrow at 10:30 and call the office and decide to take the year off? Now, for you and for many business owners, that might seem far-fetched, as the reality that you may face and many others face is that they may own a business, but the business really owns them. From an action coach perspective, we define a successful business as a commercial, profitable enterprise that works without you. Now, this may take some time to work towards. However, this really should be the ultimate goal of any business owner, creating a business that you do not work for, but works for you and delivers the things that you want personally in life. The ability to take time off when you want to, for the business to run smoothly when you're not there, and for it to still remain profitable, for it to fully work without you. Now, this for many is a significant change in perspective, viewing your business more as an asset and building value within it. And to do this, it requires you to work on your business and not just in it. Now, take time to think back to when you established your business. When you established your business, what did you want success to look like? What was your purpose for establishing your business? What were your goals? There's a great quote from Mark Twain, who famously said, "I can teach anybody how to get what they want out of life. The problem is that I can't find anybody who can tell me what they want." Now, if you ask a 7 or 8-year-old what they want to do when they get older, their dreams are huge. The reality for us is that as we grow up and we go through experiences, and perhaps negative experiences, those things that we go through, they stop us from dreaming big. Particularly when we're buried in the thick of our business, there is the danger we forget and lose focus on what we want. In fact, like that quote from Mark Twain, we're not actually clear on what we want in the first instance. Now, when you look at successful people, the one thing they have in common is that they are clear on what success looks like and they're focused on achieving that goal. So let's think about your current position to start things off. What is your current position? What are you getting out of life? How is business achieving that for you? What revenue are you generating? How much time are you working in the business? Most importantly, where do you want to be in 5 years' time? How much will you be working in the business? Where will you live? What revenue will the business be generating? We need to therefore set a clear vision for the business and align this to our personal goals, in effect defining what success looks like. Now, there's a great golfer called Jack Nicklaus, who you may have heard of, considered to be one of the greatest golfers of all time. And he was the first golfer to introduce something to his game called IVVM. This is idealization, visualization, verbalization, and materialization. Before each round of golf, what he would do is would set his ideal, his goals, what he wanted to achieve. He'd then spend a couple of hours visualizing that ideal game of golf, what it would look like, how he'd play each hole, the position of the ball on the fairway, the conditions he'd expect to face. He'd then verbalize and talk himself through the ideal game of golf. The powerful part of this is that when he went out to play that game of golf for real, because his vision was so clear, everything that he had played through in his mind materialized. The same is true in business, but we need to be clear on our ideal, what we want to achieve. IVVM, idealization, visualization, verbalization, and materialization. So, once we've set our ideal, what is the key to achieving that success? Well, perhaps we can break it down in this way, in 5 key areas that we should be looking at within our business. Leverage. Simply stated, leverage is doing more with less. Our people, one of our greatest assets within our business. If our staff don't know the rules of the game, then we're going to have challenges. If they're not trained properly, they're not going to succeed. If we align them, though, to our vision, train them, give them the tools they need to do their job, then they're going to be productive and help us achieve our goals. Systems. This is the ultimate key to leverage. And using technology, we're able to systemize the routine, humanize the exceptions, getting our business working like a well-oiled machine. And finally, but no means least, sales and marketing. These are the 5-way strategies that we're really going to be focusing today's training on. These are the areas within sales and marketing that are going to help us achieve that 61% increase in growth that we talked about at the beginning of our training. Now, the reality for many business owners is that they perceive sales and marketing as a cost or an expense and not an investment. So why do some people think that marketing is an expense? Should it be? Well, in some cases it is a cost and is an expense because marketing campaigns, they do cost money, but in the main, it's because they're poorly conceived and they end up wasting businesses a lot of money. In fact, 8 out of 10 ads simply do not work. It's 5 key reasons why businesses struggle with marketing. Firstly, marketing fails because of a lack of understanding of the audience or not having a target audience defined in the first place. The second reason marketing fails is because of a lack of clearly defined goals and objectives of what the marketing is supposed to accomplish. Thirdly, marketing fails when you choose the wrong marketing channel. This happens usually because of not understanding your target market. Fourth, marketing fails when it fails to meet the audience needs. A lot of advertising focuses on how great a business is, which is not what your prospective customer is interested in. Start talking about how you solve problems the prospect is dealing with. Answer what's in it for them. Fifth and finally, marketing fails when it is not consistent. There are 2 parts to consistency you need to be aware of. The first is brand consistency and the second is program consistency. Brand consistency, this means every time a prospect sees your collateral, advertising, emails, or they visit your website, everything looks exactly the same and is cohesive and brand building, not like each one coming from different companies. And program consistency is making sure how often you market is consistent, you're marketing on a regular basis. So how do we change that? How do we move marketing away from being an expense? Well, instead of being an expense or a cost, we need to turn sales and marketing into an investment. Think about marketing in the same way as you would with buying a second property to rent out. With a second property, you need to understand your numbers, what return you're going to get, the rental income you're going to get, compared to the money you've got to put in, the initial investment to buy the property, the cost to modify it, and any ongoing cost to maintain it. The same is true of marketing. There are 2 key sides to marketing that we need to understand. We need to understand the value we're going to get for our investment or return on investment. We describe this as the lifetime value, and we need to compare this to the cost to win the client, the acquisition cost. What does it actually cost you to bring customers into your business by marketing to them? The example on your screen shows that based on an investment of £3 per customer, you gain a lifetime value return on investment of £3,300 per customer. We reduce the acquisition cost by increasing the lifetime value. What are some ways in which we can make that even more effective? Well, the key to this is through testing and measuring. What do we mean by test and measure? Well, testing and measuring is all about testing the marketing we're doing and measuring the results. Measuring our existing strategies that we have in place, understanding from each of them and each source of marketing that we're carrying out, the number of leads that we get in, the number that we convert to customers, the investment we made in that particular campaign, and the value or spend that we will get from that customer, the lifetime value. When carrying this out, a useful exercise is also to calculate the time it takes to manage and run a particular marketing campaign. Some forms of social media, LinkedIn and Instagram, they are free in terms of spend. However, the time to manage them can be costly. This leads us nicely on to breaking down the 5 proven ways to increase your profits. All business owners want to achieve growth by having more customers, more turnover, and more profit. But when you think about these areas, they're really outcomes. You cannot simply go out and get more turnover, more profit, or more customers. They're an outcome of something else. The 5 ways that influence these outcomes are the number of leads coming into your business, your conversion rate, your average order value, the number of transactions, and your profit margin percentage. Your number of leads multiplied by your conversion rate gives you your number of customers. Your number of customers multiplied by the number of transactions they have with you, multiplied by the average order value, equals your revenue. And then your revenue multiplied by your profit margin percentage gives you your net profit. 5 ways to impact your 3 key outcomes: number of customers, turnover, and profit. Now let's put some numbers against those areas to see the impact of improving each area. So in this particular scenario, we've got 4,000 leads coming into the business. This is based on annualized numbers. The conversion rate on average is 25%. When we multiply that by the number of leads coming in, that gives us a total number of customers of 1,000 in a year. Number of transactions each customer has with us is 2 during that period. The average order value is £100, which when we multiply all that out, gives us an annualized revenue of £200,000. The profit margin percentage in this scenario is 25%. Multiply that by the revenue, gives us a net profit of £50,000. Okay, now let's make some 10% gains in each of the areas that we've just gone through. So what impact does that have? Well, the number of leads will increase from 4,000 to 4,400. That's a 10% gain. Conversion rate will increase from 25% to 27.5. What does that do to our total number of customers in a year? Well, it increases it from 1,000 to 1,210. By making a marginal gain in a number of transactions customer has with us, that increases from 2 to 2.2. The average sale value increases from £100 to 110. And when we multiply that out, that gives us an annualized revenue of £292,820. If our profit margin percentage also sees an increase of 10%, that moves from 25% to 27.5%, resulting in our profit increasing from £50,000 a year to £80,525.50. What does that mean in percentage terms? Well, that's a 46% increase in your revenue and a massive 61% increase in your profits. Without getting too carried away, but just for fun, let's see the impact if we make a 100% increase in each of those 5 key areas. Well, we can see the huge impact that it has. Leads increase from 4,000 to 8,000. Our conversion rate goes to 50%, resulting in our customers climbing from 1,000 to 4,000. Our revenue then increases to 3.2 million, and our net profit goes to a huge 1.6 million. But I suppose looking at that and going through it, you're perhaps thinking, is that really possible to do in my business? I've got challenges. I'm not sure that's possible. Absolutely, it's possible. It's possible in any business. Remember, we're only talking about 10% gains in key areas of your business, 10% improvement that increases your profits by 61%. It's good to remind ourselves that dreams can and do come true. Start thinking like an entrepreneur. What is your plan for the future? What are your goals? You've got to change the way you do things now. If you keep doing what you've always done, you'll keep getting what you've always got. Hold on to your dreams. Dreams do and can come true. They are real. And to demonstrate that, I thought it'd be good to share some testimonials from clients that have been able to make changes in their business, make marginal gains, which has had a significant impact on their profits and their goals, and ensure that their dreams come true. Please watch this short video.
Previous year before Action Coach, we were just over 400,000 GP, and this year we in fact we've just finalised the accounts for the year that I've been with Action Coach, and it's just finished on 750,000, so it's a massive increase. We went from a 1.5 million turnover company to a 2.5 million turnover company.
The great thing about Action Coach is that there's an infrastructure, there's a methodology, there are tools, there are things that have been demonstrated to work over and over again with lots of businesses, and they're things that we think we know, we think they're blindingly obvious, but we still don't do them. So one of the great things about working with an Action Coach is that they make you focus on the stuff that actually makes a positive difference to your business.
We have a better standard of life, we have a better house, we are able to invest in that house, we have more opportunities for holidays and time with the kids, whether that's just a day out somewhere. We're making less choices based upon the money we have available and more choices based upon what we'd like to do and the values we have as a family.
It's amazing to be able to go to an Action Coach who's got different skills to you, and to both bounce back, discuss, thrash things out, and to help unravel, I guess, what's really within inside you and what you really want.
If you want to develop your business, if you want to make sure you stay in business, and if you want to make sure you get the best out of your business, then I would highly recommend it.
Gross profit prior to Action Coach was 750,000, and since Action Coach it's increased to 1.1 million. When I joined Action Coach I had 38 staff on my books. I have now, since working with Action Coach, got 67 staff.
In my opinion, I think if you're sceptical, I'd say try it, because I think for me the results were quite quick. If I didn't have my Action Coach, I don't think I'd be here today.
I would say give it a try. Make sure that you have that connection with that person and give it a try. You've got absolutely nothing to lose.
So, what has today's training highlighted? Well, we've seen the importance of having a clear vision and strategy for your business, setting some clear goals for you personally, and then aligning your business to those goals. We considered the importance of knowing your numbers, testing and measuring your marketing, know what's working, making sure you're making decisions within your business based on numbers. And we established through the 5 ways model that if you create more leads, if you convert more leads into customers, and if you sell more to existing customers, just by making small marginal gains, you can grow your business and achieve a growth increase of 61% increase in profits. So, what's next? Well, now that you've seen the entire process and had a chance to evaluate things for yourself, I'm guessing there might be some gaps or areas you need to master in order to make this work for you. I'd love to hear from you to understand what is stopping you from growing your business. If you want to kickstart growth in your business for 2019 and would like me to support you in this process, the next stage would be to have a complimentary one-to-one coaching session. This is my gift to you. I'm a big believer that as a coach, I need to be the right coach for you and your business. Therefore, this session, this complimentary coaching session, gives you the chance to see what a coaching session will be like and be confident in your decision to go ahead with me as your coach. At the end of this session, you can choose to either go ahead with coaching or not proceed. The important thing is you make the right decision for you and your business. There is no pressure. Please click on the link to access my calendar and schedule an initial intro call with me, during which we can schedule the face-to-face complimentary coaching session we talked about. If there's an opportunity for me to help you to get there, I would love to do that. But these calls or meetings are no pressure and no obligation. If I can't help you, I'm going to point you in the right direction to the resources that will get you started. I want to see you succeed. It comes back to the reasons why I became a coach in the first place. I look forward to hearing from you and I hope you have a great week and a great 2019 in business.